Hey, Shalom. It's Fallen Yeshua. Welcome back again to The Rock. Well, I've been asked many questions recently, about networking and fellowshipping and things like that. And I just wanted to address that in a video. Now, first, I want to preface this by saying I know a large majority of you have come from these groups, these camps, where you were required to turn over your preeminence, many times your inheritance, many times your patriarchy, many times your manhood, many times your possessions, many times your family, many times anything and everything that pertained to you. You turned it over. So you're not really used to how things operate when you see men who can agree, who come together, who have one mind, one heart, that mind being Messiah. But we understand that we are different parts of the body, as Paul said. We're not all the same part. And we honor each other's preeminence. We honor and respect each other's households. Your household doesn't have to run the same way mine does. In fact, it'd be kind of foolish if you did run your house the same way I did. Because the law of the Most High Yah is the guiding instructions for which we guide ourselves. You're not used to that. So what you do is you say, hey, I'd like to join you. You can't join me. You're not my servant. You can't join the brothers because you're not a servant to them. And I know you've spent your time in servanthood, so you're used to that. You see, the live streams that we have every Friday, 7 o'clock, it's going to be 7 o'clock now, Central Standard Time. We're moving ahead an hour because of the time change. But those live streams every 6-day night, there's an opportunity for you to network. There's an opportunity for you can come into the chat and introduce yourself. Hey, I'm new to the channel, yada, 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 looking for fellowship. Is there anybody? You can do that. Looking for, to talk to some brothers. I'm in this neighborhood, this area. You know what's going to happen? That brother himself will get in contact with you if he sees fit. It's not a situation in which I say, hey, brother, over there, there's a brother in your area. You need to contact him. Get in contact with. I don't do that shit. If that brother has a clearance, check this out. If he's got time in his busy schedule, because most of us are homesteaders, we have families, we already have a ministry, that's called our family. We're already a priest, we're already a teacher, it's called our families. We're building, we're growing our households, we're adding to our households. So it takes time away. Most people don't understand how much time these things take. To reach out, to talk to to stop what you're doing and talk to a brother when you're building your gardens or gardening right there, and that brother wants to talk for an hour or two. So I don't say, hey, brother, you need to contact this brother. If you put your information in the chat, there may be a brother in your area who may see it and reach out to you. He may reach out to you. He may not. But from what I've usually seen, they usually do. See, there's not going to be a situation in which I go and find the leader in that area, and because we don't have leaders in areas. We are brothers with lands, with families, doing our thing. And a lot of people come out of these organizations and they still have that thought. No, you're talking to men who have preeminence over their households and over their families, over their lands. There is no deed handovers over here. There is no, you have to put yourself in the pot. And if you don't, you're selfish. We don't do that shit here. We don't connive. We don't do that. We're not coercing you for you to give me your shit. And no, we don't do that stuff here. And I know you're not used to a lot of that. A lot of y'all have come from traditionalized, westernized Christianity, and you come to the faith and looks just like traditional westernized Christianity with a fringe and a beard and a head covering and a skirt. You have to understand that, these streams, when you see these men talking, they're not speaking my words. They're speaking the words of the book. that they've read, that they live. And one wonderful thing about when you live this book, when you live the Bible, is when you live it and you read it, you understand that people didn't all live the same way. For instance, there are brothers that live off-grid. There are brothers that live on-grid. There are brothers that grow a ton of trees. There are brothers that grow a ton of greens. There are brothers that have 1, 2, 3, I think 4 Ishiah's wives. There are brothers that run businesses. There are brothers that work at Walmart. You got dudes out there telling you today you ain't shit if you work at Walmart. If you do what you do, brother. Listen, I started off my walk coming out here. I was a tech at a hospital, making about $13 an hour when I bought my land, and paid my land off in 25% of the time that I had to pay it off. I had, I think, 5 years to pay it off. I think I paid it about 1.5. Built my house with that money. My house completely runs on solar with that money. Have enough solar power to run power tools with that money. See, don't let somebody come in and take your preeminence, man. Don't allow it to happen. Yah never asked you to give your preeminence over to another man. Ever. You read that law, and that law explains everything, including you leave the edges of your field. He didn't tell you how big the edges of your field were, but he said when you glean your grapes, don't go through the second time. That's what he said. That's what the law says. Now don't let somebody take you to some random account in another part of the Bible and say, see, this is what they did. Because I can find accounts in the Bible that show a lot of different things. A lot of different things. So when you come to these streams and these live streams and these chats, you have to understand that we don't run the way a lot of groups do, because each man runs his house, and what you see is a confederacy of strong brothers who understand our preeminence, honor others' preeminence. We don't trespass. We don't tell other brothers what they should do unless they asked. There is no focal point. There is no captain or leader in this thing. Because each leader is every man who runs his house. Every man who runs his house has preeminence over his house, over his finances, over his land, over his wives, over his children, over his water catchment, over his solar panels, over his gardens. That's how we do it. If you want to know who our leader is, read the book. Yahweh is our shepherd. We shall not want. We don't want any king but Yeshua HaMashiach. So if you are looking for fellowship, if you're looking to network, take advantage of the streams. Come in the stream, introduce yourself, let it be known, hey, I'm a brother and I'm in the Kansas area. And if there are some brothers in Kansas, they may or may not reach out to you. They may see if you come on the streams 3 or 4 times. And let me tell you one thing, they are going to test the hell out of you to see if you are what you say you are. I know you're used to, showing your face up. Hey, brothers, my name is so-and-so. And now you're invited to a feast day if you pay some money. Now you're invited to Passover or Tabernacles if you bring an offering. Now you're invited to, see, some of y'all don't understand this. You don't understand the way this works. So I did a video yesterday talking about men, protect your families. Because there are snakes out here who just want to get close to your family. It's like the system, the government wants to get close to your family. These religious ass people want to get close to your family. And they want to start spreading their tentacles all up in your house, hoping that you have a silly woman laden with sin, and so they can lead her away with the diverse lusts. If you are truly looking for that fellowship, those Friday night Shabbat chats are an excellent opportunity for you to put yourself out there. I'm not creating some map of where brothers live. I don't do that shit. This is an organic thing that is happening, that's done by Yah, ran by Yah. He is adding as he sees fit, and that means that you have to do something. And no, he's not adding you to the church of the rock, because I don't have a church. He's adding you to a network of brothers. And it starts on that chat. So you want you want to be able to fellowship, reach out in that chat. And I'm not saying that somebody's going to reach out back to you. I'm not saying that, because each man runs his house. But I know that there have been fellowships, women have joined houses, but none of this ever happened because you kept your mouth shut. I'm just answering this because I get a lot of emails of people, how do I? And I can tell you've come from one of these churches, these groups, these camps, these ministries, these assemblies where that's what they taught. And that's how you lived. This is different. You've got to be a man here. You got to be a man. I'm going to put it straight up. The type of brothers that I hang around, if you I'm not going to say it. If you one of them soft dudes, if you a female dog of a man, you're not going to make it. Most of them are homesteading brothers, and they are very serious about their preeminence. They are very serious about their households. They don't appreciate trespassing, and they will deal with it harshly. Anyways, hope this video brings some understanding. Use and take advantage of those live streams. I don't monetize the live streams. I don't ask for offerings in the live streams. I don't ask for offerings ever. I always say, hey, you want to do something good? Buy some seeds. Buy some seeds. I have a link in the description if you would like to buy some vegetable seeds, some mint cuttings, some Egyptian walking or Hebrew walking onions, or some Jerusalem artichokes. Hit me up in the link in the description. But we're not asking for your money. We're just asking for you to be a man. Be a patriarch of your household, because that's how we get stronger. Anyways, bless y'all. About to go do that man shit. Shalom.